guys. I don't actually know how many people are here in the chat yet. But let me pull up my own stream. Twitch. Usually what happens is I get started and there's nobody. And there is... I can't tell if it's a person or not a person. But I'm going to be sticking with my original plan, which is this is yesterday's oh, hold on a second. Okay. This is yesterday's Daily Marine, Random Marine. We rolled up some weird colors. It was like purple metal, copper, dark yellow. Sweet. Love to see you're here. So yeah, we had the crazy blue, the purple metal, the copper metal, and the dark yellow. We're going to start off with the same warm-up exercise we did last time, which is another random marine. We're going to see what he turns into today. Also, I now know I'm supposed to be calling you Envil, not Evil. I'm so sorry. But, welcome Envil. Glad you're here. So, I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. RM number 4. Let's go find out what we're going to get. Still have it open from last time. That's okay, I can just... clear these all out. Alright, let's see if we get something insane again, or if it's something reasonable. Yeah. Sweet, light blue. That's familiar territory for me. Pads and helmet. Let's see what we get. Pastel turquoise. Okay. Very aquamarine this time. Next up is the trim. We're going to have orange. Okay. Weapon. Dark brown, okay. Interesting, weird mix. And specials. Looks like it's going to be normal. Cool. No special. honestly, this one's gonna be pretty straightforward. I've done a lot of light blue, having collected Space Wolves. The turquoise is gonna be interesting because the blue and the turquoise are quite different. Here's the turquoise. Here's the light blue. Trim orange. Do I have like a true orange? Yeah, I do. This light orange for the trim. And then weapon dark brown. I'll use, yeah, this Rhinox hide for dark brown. This one will be quick. It'll be really quick. First things first, get the airbrush going. I think last time I might not have properly cleaned my airbrush, so I got some... I don't know, it's in good shape. We're all good. Nothing to worry about. So... I got this thing moving on a swivel now, so I can like show you my whole setup. I'm not going to, because it makes it hell for editing. Because I can never figure out where like the center point was. But it's something I can do. Light blue. I'm gonna do the same thing I did with the green, where I'm gonna spray it light blue, and then I'm gonna hit it with a wash to make the blue stand out a little bit more. Okay. Glove, as always. So how are you guys doing? Let me know. How's your week been? Are you glad it's Friday? And what are you cooking for the kids? This is actually a little bit too light. I'm gonna give it a little bit of darkerness. There you go. This is a little bit thick. Ooh, nice. Midnight pasta, the best pasta. For me, I just did all my meal prep for the week. So we make wraps. We'll take tortilla wraps and make, you know, nutritionist approved meals. I'll make 50 of them. Not 50, I'll make like 20 or 30 of them. And that's mostly what we eat. We keep it pretty limited. because like, well, I do anyways. I love food. I love to eat, and that's my downfall. Unfortunately, I also love to cook, but yeah, I have to be selective about what I make. Otherwise, I'm just eating, whatever tasty stuff I want to come up with. And trust me, I can come up with some tasty stuff, but it's not so good for me. All right. And I'm not doing any other airbrushing today. It's just this. So I'm just gonna finish cleaning this up and then put it away because, yeah, we're not doing any more today of the airbrushing. An example of what I make. So the healthy stuff, I've got a few recipes that I've put together, and an example would be the most recent one I made, which is, I guess you could call it creamy garlic chicken. Creamy garlic chicken is... we use turkey because you can get it. We can get minced turkey really easily from the stores. And what we'll do is, or what I'll do is, oh, I forgot I have to wash this thing. I will blend up cottage cheese, which is a high protein, low fat, cheesy stuff, kind of like ricotta. Once it's been blended, I mix that with a little bit of sour cream and garlic, a bunch of spices, and some low fat mozzarella to make the cheese sauce. And trust me, brother, it is good. And then the turkey, the minced turkey, I cook that up kind of similar to like the Mexican style or the South American style. Like paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper, oregano, all the good stuff. And then I throw in some cilantro, combine, and then when it's all done, I put it into a bunch of wraps. And so I'll make like 3 kilograms of turkey at a time. And by the time I'm done, I've made enough food for probably a month. It does mean we end up eating the same thing every day, but like I realize this is a little bit short on vegetables, but we get vegetables elsewhere in our diet. Okay, real quick. Anvil, you wanted to learn how to do dry brushing. So I'm going to do dry brushing on this model right here and show you how it's done. I don't need this. This here is a dry brushing palette. All it does is it shows you, it's a textured piece of plastic, and the idea is that because it's plastic, it's not absorbent. The whole thing about dry brushing is that you are applying a little bit of paint with a big fat brush, kind of by swiping back and forth, and you need to control how much moisture is in the paint, so that it's applying itself smoothly rather than like really chunky or really chalky. When you get the amount of moisture you want, the worst thing that can happen is you wipe it on a paper towel and then you lose all the moisture. So you use this. You don't have to use it. It's really handy, really helpful. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this frost blue, and that's going to be my dry brush color for this model. I'm just going to put some. I've got a fresh palette today, so I can show you all the things. Actually, what am I doing? Whoop. Take you over to my palette, and I'm going to put a bit of paint down. I'm gonna put in some thinner medium. This is just the hugest water. It's just as good as water. I mean, it's a little bit better than water, but like pretty much the same. And it's not much water that you need. I'm going to mix that up with not the dry brush. So you get like a nice consistency. It's like when you pull away, it's not totally translucent, but it's also not like the thick goo. I'll wash that brush later, don't worry. And I'm going to tap this makeup brush. You can also use the sponge in this stuff. This is straight out of a what do you call it? Drugstore. And so to test it, I'm going to swipe on this thing a little bit and just see what happens. So first, close up of it before, and then I guess you can't really see much. Hold on. Let me load this up a little bit more, and I'll do the dark purple part. So you can kind of see already, there's like a little bit of that blue. This has gotten kind of dirty enough that I need to spray it fresh so I can see better again. But that's the idea. We're looking for that kind of consistency where like the recesses, those little ribbed shapes inside of the triangles are lighting up. Anyways, we're going to do, load up your brush. And I'm going to brush just down from top to bottom. That's it. Don't go from bottom to top, top to bottom. And almost immediately, I'm going to start getting some good definition in the model. And you don't have to be gentle. Unless it's like a delicate model, you don't have to be gentle. I might have wiped off some of the paint. That's alright. And just with that, smacking it a bunch. Again, only top to bottom. Don't go top to top, bottom to top. I've got some good coverage. You can see there's some spots where the paint wasn't totally dry. Oops, sorry. There's some spots where the paint wasn't totally dry. I'm not too worried because we're going to go over those again with like another color. But you see what I mean? Like it just really quickly slaps on a nice little highlight. And that's dry brushing. The whole point is that it's quick, dirty, fun, you know. And then you got to wash this afterwards because if you leave it to dry, it'll really wreck the brush. And washing that is just like washing any other brush, except that the paint is more dispersed, so it's a little bit harder. But hey, if you've got a wife who does a lot of makeup, she will love you if you could wash her brushes for her. Just pro tip. I mean, she'll love you anyways because she's your wife, but you know, you'll get practice washing your brushes. She'll get a clean makeup brush. It's a win-win. Soapy, soapy, soapy. A little bit of water. And not quite as crazy as a toddler, but still pretty crazy. Just gnash it in there. I may have to wash my thing again. The whole point of this black thing is that there's no like marks or whatever, and I'm making marks. Yeah. Here, I'll just use the rest of this paper towel to wipe off the rest of it. Wash your damn brushes yourself. Hey, careful. It's a service that once you start offering it, you can't really go back on that. As is everything in marriage. In case some of you are in the audience and don't necessarily know that yet, but anything you agree to at any point in your marriage, you're bound to that for the rest of your life. Unless something crazy happens, where you like break your legs or fingers. Okay, what do we got? Body. Light blue. I'm going to say, check. We got a light blue body. Pads and helmet, pastel turquoise. Which is this toxic mist. set up my little pool of water. There we go. Don't need that here. And I'm going to reuse this little brush. Cool. My microphone is throwing me off. I keep on trying to put the model underneath the microphone, but the camera's a little bit off center. I promise I am using turquoise, but goddamn, that just looks like more light blue. I guess this is just going to be Ice Commandos or something. Like, that's the closest thing I can think of in terms of this color palette. Also, since the turquoise is looking so similar, I think I might do the little rocket things in the side of the backpack also turquoise. Oh, that's what I'm missing. Light. Well, I thought something felt off. I need my little handle. My hands are too shaky. Where did the little handle go? Oh! It's gone! Oh no, it's right here. You know what? It kind of reminds me of, like, Barbie and Ken. Like, this is the Ken Space Marine. Because he's, like, so baby blue. Yeah. Okay. Just doing this because I kind of lost a bit of the paint when I was doing the dry brushing because I was impatient. But I'll be honest, it's only making it look more like Ken. Commander Ken, the Xeno scum has made it past our barriers. What do we do? All right, this is the most mint toothpaste Space Marine I think I've ever done. What's the trim again? Orange? This is gonna be wild. Okay, I'm gonna make the helmet that lighter turquoise. Captain Chaplain Ken, Barbieland has fallen. The sisters, they're gone. Honestly, if it made it more hospitable for girls to get into Warhammer, I would be all for it. All right, switching over to orange. So usually I complain that this orange doesn't have great coverage, which means that it's not very opaque. But in this situation, because the colors are so light, I think I'm gonna be fine. This is the orange I'm talking about. Vallejo's light orange. It's technically a neon color, but... Alright, neon orange. See what you get. And the dark brown is going to go nuts. The pinky army type stuff? Is she watching as well? Because if your wife is watching, first of all, hi wife. Second, I would be down to do like a pink army. Yes. I've seen some pink, what are they called? Tyranids. There was a friend of mine over in Halifax who would, who painted pink Tyranids. What a blast. Alright, I'm going to do the same trick I did last time, which is I'm going to mix the orange with something else that gives it a little bit more body, because this orange does not have a lot of body. I'm going to mix it with this basic skin tone, because it's similar in color, but it has way stronger coverage, and I think I'll be able to make it into a thicker paint that way. Which happens sometimes. Sometimes paints just don't have great coverage. And so we improvise. That's much better. Yeah, that's much better. Alright. Trim. Orange. Let's do it. This is a little bit too much paint on the brush. What am I doing? There we go. Okay, this is so Ken. Guys, I was making a joke before, but this is just Ken, Space Marine. Space Ken. Oh, I accidentally hit the gun. Which I'm just going to leave. Because I'm going to paint over it anyways. That's going to need a second coat. But let me tell you, it would be worse if I had left it alone. This is actually a pretty fun palette. Like, I could get behind doing an army in this palette. It would be a little goofy. But it's definitely fun. And, like, striking and memorable, you know? Like, it would make a really good Ultramarines palette, because it would be, like, the Ultrakens. Alright. You know it's a good fit when you find yourself having fun painting the random marine. Oh, shit. I'm gonna have to fix that. Yeah. That is a lot of fun. I want to do, like, more with it, but I know I shouldn't. Because that's not the exercise. The exercise is to play with paints. Get out of your comfort zone. Alright, all I have to do is the dark brown gun. Oop. Which is going to be such a contrast. Oh my god. I have a feeling. Actually, I know because I did this on a commission a while ago. That this brown and orange is going to work really well together. Yeah. There it is. All right. See you later, Anvil. Or Envil. I hope you have a good evening. I shall be here streaming for whoever comes by. Yeah, this is actually a good palette. Very good. All right. Last thing is the eyes. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna use the brown that I've got handy here and just get the base real quick. Great. Just gonna drop in a little bit of the red for the super red for the eyes. And that'll be it. Very good. And that there, with perhaps a little bit of marks need to be touched up. Which is quick and easy. There we go. All cleaned up. We have our Winter Warrior looking Space Marine. The Ken Marine. Super fun. Alright. Now, what I came on to do, the reason why I'm here, is I'm finishing up this guy who I was painting yesterday. This was the main reason why we're here. I managed to get a bunch of the non-metallic metal of the lower parts of his armor done. There's still more to be done, but it's coming along nicely. So I'm going to be picking up where I left off on the non-metallic metals. And then I believe there's some flesh bits that need to be actually done because I missed those previously. So those be I'll catch up on those. And then I'm on to the little floppy bits on the loincloth, the hair, and then I'm gonna do the heraldry, finish with the base. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. Let's get into it. I'm putting this back onto the big holder I was using last time. Because that was really helpful. And yeah. My metals were matte white, and I actually don't remember exactly what, but I'll be just sort of improvising. Because I think I was using my scale colors. Also, because this is a warm metal, I'm going to use cool tones to make the deeper, to add some extra contrast. And I'm actually going to start with that. Sorry, I'm just hopping over to my fellows on social media. Give them a chance to hop in. Okay. Let's do these tiny little darker tones. Let's punch this contrast. Not literally, but you know. Let's give this contrast some extra oomph. I don't need this. Right down here. I need my mid-tone back. That's why my computer's going slow. There we go. Da Vinci was open and working hard. On nothing. Yes, I may have gone a little bit too gung-ho on the blue, but we're getting back to where I needed to be. I kind of got it a little bit more under control by using the shade color we originally had, which was the petroleum gray.
Okay. So the intent here is that the sword still looks like a sword. Like I'm still going to bring it lots of lightness, but it's still very much in shadow, so it doesn't get very much lightness. Nothing compared to the front. But I will still give it little dots of like, this is where it's bright. Alright. Got to do the same thing on this other side. I'm working this little brush very hard. Okay. Looking good. Ugh. Itchy finger. what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand the amount that this light is shining off of this big old sword. And maybe give it a little bit of the heaven and earth effect. Which is where you have blue reflections on the top and brown reflections on the bottom. Well, brownish red, I guess. I'll be honest with you guys. I have made some mistakes. I am trying to recover on this non-metallic metal. It was proving to be a little bit challenging. I'm going to try glazing down the tip so it's a little bit more light brown rather than what it is right now. It's coming down. Okay. It's okay. Sometimes we make mistakes. Especially me. I make serious mistakes. Okay. Sometimes don't think just paint doesn't work. And that's okay.
I'm happy with this.
I'm much happier with how this is going than how it was going previously. Great. Okay.
All right. I'm happy with this level of detail for the non-metallic metals. I'm going to move back over to the flesh tones, finish up the flesh tones that need to be done, and then we're going to start looking at these heraldry. So flesh tones, the base color was black red. I got burnt red here. I'll use burnt red. It's close enough.
Encoding overloaded? Why is my encoding overloaded? That can't be good. Well, whatever it is, I am hell-bent on finishing this model tonight. Because I don't want it to carry over to tomorrow, because tomorrow is a different model. Okay. Now for the different pieces of heraldry. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20-ish. Let's say 20 pieces of heraldry. A lot of them are going to be the same. Like, I think I'm just going to end up... Oh, man, I might need to restart my computer. The thing is really lagging. Yeah. I will be right back. I need to restart the stream.